All right. Where are you guys from? What school? All right. What grade? Second grade. All right. Warriors fans? Let's go.
One of our reporters was in second grade.
All right. Who wants to start? I got a lot of hands raised back here, Monty. I think we should. Are we Raymond? Are we gonna field any questions from back there? No. Do those at the end. All right. At the end. All right. Sounds good. All right, Monty.
How did Jonathan look today?
He looked good. We scrimmaged a little bit, and he took part in the scrimmage. And I would say he's probable for tomorrow. We just, we'll wait until game time to make a decision, but he's trending towards playing for sure.
What's the operating plan for him tomorrow? Should he be cleared to play?
The operating plan is to win the game, whatever that takes. And I won't put him in the starting lineup. We'll keep starting the way we've been starting. We're on a roll. So he'll come off the bench, and you never know how these games go. So whatever it takes to win, that's what we're going to do.
Any idea of where you want him in terms of minutes?
Nope.
I imagine that the ultimate goal will be to play Kuminga in lineups with Steph, with Draymond, with Jimmy. How do you view that combination and how viable it could be?
Something that we're for sure going to try, and we have to. I mean, it's obviously has potential to be a dynamic lineup at both ends, and but we also don't want to disrupt the rhythm that we're in right now and the groove we're in. Obviously, every game is crucial at this point in the season. So, it just has to be a process of getting a feel for each game. And, we'll get to that combination at some point, but I can't tell you right now when that'll be.
Quentin wasn't in the rotation last time JK was healthy. How do you see those two complementing each other?
Yeah, I looked that up yesterday. They literally have not played a single possession together. In theory, they should be pretty good together on offense, because you've got the spacing of QP, the slashing of JK. I imagine we'll find some lineups where those guys are together too.
What does Jonathan give you that you don't already have in terms of?
Well, he's the most explosive player on our roster, and so the ability to score, coming downhill, finish at the rim, get fouled, score in transition. And then defensively, his ability to switch, guard different positions. So I'm excited about all of that.
Any update on Brandon?
He did not practice with us today. We're just being extra cautious given that it's his back. And so he won't play tomorrow. But we're hoping, later in the week that he can play. All right.
I'm just curious if you've seen or if you have a feel for how Jonathan Kuminga is feeling mentally, knowing that he's been out for a while and wanting to get back on the court. Have you had a chance to talk with him about it?
Yeah, we've spoken pretty frequently over the last couple of weeks, and he's excited about playing, but he understands the circumstances. This is actually probably the hardest time to return to a team when a team's rolling, because you don't want to disrupt anything, but he's obviously aware of that, and we've talked about just coming in and playing as hard as he can for short bursts, because if he does that, he's going to impact winning, and that's the whole point of this exercise.
How do you think Draymond's holding up? Obviously, you guys wanted to not put so much wear and tear on him by not playing at the 5 early this season. You moved to the 5. It's been going obviously well on the court, but how do you think he's holding up, and do you feel like he can keep it going?
He's holding up really well, and I think Quentin's insertion into the rotation, whether he's starting like he has the last couple games or coming off the bench, that's helping because Draymond now is getting minutes at the 4. He's not playing all of his minutes at the 5. But he is playing more minutes at that spot than he was earlier in the year. I think it's much different for him mentally and physically if we're doing this the last 20, 25 games of the year and not all 82. I think he definitely is feeling really good. He's excited. He's motivated. He's confident. I think he's playing out of this world. I think if you ask the other 29 coaches in the league, they would all tell you he remains one of the very best defenders on earth. I mean, the stuff he does is incredible. He probably doesn't get the same recognition in that regard as he used to, but he's still at the top of his game defensively, and it shows.
We were talking to Jimmy the other night, and he was talking about how happy he is to be here, how much he enjoys his teammates. Are you seeing that too and feeling that too?
Talking about Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. He's very happy here. He's very comfortable. We're obviously, winning almost every night with him, and it's so it's been a great transition and a great fit for both sides. So I think the vibe that Steph Curry sets here really allows any player in any set of circumstances to come to the Warriors and thrive. I mean, it's just, and especially somebody like Jimmy, who's that talented, that good. Steph's a really easy guy to play with, but he's also, like I said, he just sets an amazing tone culture-wise.
You're only, I think, 2 wins away from passing Attles for the franchise record among coaches. How much does that mean to you, if at all?
It's sort of mind-boggling, to be honest with you. When I started coaching here 11 years ago, I never could have imagined that. It's more than anything, it's just a sign of our organizational strength and stability and the talent that has been on this roster for the last decade since I've been here. So it's humbling in a lot of ways. It's really not something I ever could have imagined.
Was there I'm sure there were several, was there an interaction that you had with Al that just kind of stands out?
Yeah, my first year I coaching here, I had Al come in and address the team along with Tom Meschery, and I think Nate Thurman came in too. Yeah, so we had the three of them come in and address the team and talk about the history of the Warriors and the tradition, and he talked a lot about his childhood, in New Jersey and what the game has meant to him, and what the Warriors, had meant to him. And it was a great chance for our guys to connect with, the man whose name adorns our practice court, And so Mr. Warrior, there was a reason he was named nicknamed Mr. Warrior. He really epitomizes everything this franchise or epitomized, everything this franchise is about, and that's why his legacy, lives on after his passing.
We know that 26 points from Gary is an outlier, but what does he give this team? Not just the things you see, but the little things that help this team be successful.
He's a great player. I mean, he's one of our best ball movers. The ball automatically swings when he's out there. We talk about .5 basketball all the time. Gary's a .5 player. The ball swings. When he sets a screen, he dives. When he catches it, either finishes or moves it. A lot of great stuff happens when Gary's on the floor. He's elite defensively on the ball. And then when he makes threes, it's just icing on the cake.
What do you attribute the fact that he's been more statistically, he's had better stats as of late? We know the impact in little things, but
I think his health, honestly. He's had a really good stretch of health the last month, and that's allowed him to find a rhythm. I think the trade, honestly, helped him like it helped Moses and BP. It just clarified who our top 9 guys were or so, and it carved out a more consistent role for him.
do you think that clarification on roles will help Jonathan? Because there would be nights where I have to take over for the second.
that remains to be seen because, we can't really predict anything, but we're in a really good groove right now. And obviously, we want to incorporate him because of his ability and the things that he can provide that we don't have. But it always has to click, and that's the beauty of basketball. It's a five-man game, and so we've got to help him fit into this current team, which is a completely different team than the one he left when he got injured.
Yeah, Charlotte.
I just think what's the key, like the Moses movie, his defense?
What's the key with Moses?
Defense.
His defense? I think his length, he's able to use his length to still bother shots and disrupt dribbles and that sort of thing. I think his tenacity, especially now he's really settled into this role. With Wiggs gone, we're putting Moses on, the best perimeter player night in and night out, and he's really embraced it, and he's doing a great job.
See, what do you think is, how's Quentin doing in terms of his learning curve defensively? We see what he does on offense, but defensively, how far along is he from where he was? maybe
Oh,
a month or
man.
two ago?
Yeah, he's dramatically improved from training camp to now. You saw the other night, 3 blocks, I think. He's just in the right place at the right time. He's really smart and competitive, and the reason he dropped in the draft to 51 is that everyone is looking for really dynamic athletes. I think he's more of a hand-eye flow athlete than he is an explosive one. But the key there is if you've got that type of athlete, is he smart and competitive and tough, and he's all those things. And so that allows him to make the plays that he otherwise wouldn't be able to. So he's really learned a lot. He soaks up information. Draymond helps him all the time. It's fun to see his progress.
And how much attention do you pay to like tiebreakers and like with the Kings, for example, tomorrow? Do you have a chance to even how much attention do you pay to those things going into the final month?
Oh, I look at all that stuff for sure. Yeah, I mean, we have a couple of them. I know over Minnesota. I think over. Do we have it over Memphis right now? Not Memphis. Not as of now. 1-1. What is it? What's the?
We play them once more here.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He's right though.
We have it over Houston. We have
Houston and Minnesota. Yeah.
We don't have it over Memphis, we're tied 1-1.
Okay.
When you play a team twice, it's 1-1, there's no advantage.
Yeah, a little sensitive over there, isn't he?
All right, let's go to, we got a question back here in the second row to kids.
Do you think your players sometimes have the attention span of a second grader?
On their good days, they do. Yeah. On the bad days, it's more like the attention span of a first grader. So, yes. Okay. Right there.
Do you have high hopes for tomorrow?
I have very high hopes for tomorrow. We've been playing really well lately, and we need to win the game to keep on the rise. And our guys are motivated, so I think good stuff's going to happen. Let's see here. Yeah, in the green jacket.
Do you have a pet?
I do. I have a dog named Lulu. She's the best dog in the world. Do you?
Yes, I have 2 dogs named Izzy and
I
Homer.
love it. I love it. Okay. In the back. Yeah. With the dress on. Yeah.
Where does the name Warriors come from?
What a great question. The original franchise was the Philadelphia Warriors. Any idea why they picked Warriors as the nickname?
I do not know that, but that was way back in 1946.
Yeah. A couple of years before you were born.
Steve's rookie year.
Great question. I don't know the answer. That was just the people who started the team. That was what they decided. Right next to you. Yep. Yep.
When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was about 5 years old. we had a hoop in our driveway. I grew up in Los Angeles, and I would, to get the ball to the hoop, I would shoot it underhand over my head. So I'd throw it backwards. And I, for whatever reason, I really loved basketball right away. So I just kept playing. Yes, in the back. Mm-hmm.
Why does Steph Curry give us so many books?
Why does Steph Curry?
Give us so many books. He earned plenty of books to the Oakland schools.
Oh, yeah. Why does he? Because he wants you guys to learn and grow. And he knows how important reading is.
How tall is he?
6'3". Right in front, yeah. Yes.
How old are you?
How old am I? Really old. 59. I'm 59, yeah.
I'm a 69.
All right.
96.
Is that right? All right, how about right here in the blue sweatshirt?
How many championships have you gotten with Michael Jordan?
Another good question. I won 3 championships with Michael Jordan. So I like to tell people that he won 3 championships with me. Okay. Yes, in the back.
How many records does Steph Curry have?
How many what?
Records.
Records? That would be a question for Raymond Ritter, who is our media relations director. So his job is to know all this stuff. Unfortunately, he usually doesn't. Because
I have no idea. Tomorrow night actually needs 2 3-pointers for 4,000 for his career. That's about 900 more than any other player's made in the history of the game.
the answer to your question is Steph has dozens and dozens and dozens of records, maybe hundreds of records. Right next, yeah.
If you were a coach, what would you be?
Good question. I think I'd be a teacher. My parents were teachers, and so being a coach basically is being a teacher. So if I wasn't coaching basketball, I would be teaching kids like you.
So be thankful he's a coach.
That Raymond Ritter, I tell you. Yes, in the yellow shirt over there.
What is the first championship the Warriors ever won?
The very first championship the Warriors ever won was at 19.
The very first year of the league, 1946-47.
Yeah, and we have how many championships total?
Overall,
7.
Third most of any franchise in
Yeah.
history after the Lakers and Celtics.
How many what?
Who wins the world?
How many three-pointers have the Warriors made? A lot. A lot. Okay, a couple more. Yes.
You have children.
I do. I have 3. Yeah, and I have one grandchild and another one on the way. Yeah.
If the name was the Warriors, then why is it a bridge instead of the Warriors as a picture?
Then why is it what?
A bridge.
A bridge. Yeah, that's a great question. So, some teams have their nickname is they have whatever their logo is, whatever the nickname is. For us, we just decided that our logo, we wanted to represent the Bay Area, and the bridge represents where we're from. All right.
One more.
Yes. Yes, you.
How many games have you won?
This year,
No, like ever since it started.
me personally or the Warriors? The Warriors. How many games have we won in our franchise?
About a week ago, surpassed 3,000 for our entire existence. We're the 4th team in the history of the NBA to do that. So right now we're about 3,003.
He actually does know some stuff. Who knew? Hey, I want to say thank you to all of you guys for great questions. These are for sure the best questions we've had at any of these press conferences this year. But that's just, it's all relative to the quality of the people involved. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day, okay? Thank you.